Oh. Oh, look at that.
Nice. Holy shit, that's a good dog.
Hi there, folks, and welcome to the Wisconsin Trout Fishing Kitchen. We're going to do a catch and cook today, and it's one of my favorite trout recipes. We'll get to the fish that we're going to eat in a second, and I'll fillet that fish. But this is a fantastic dish. It'll be a brook trout zucchini pepper bake in a zucchini boat. So stay tuned while I get the camera repositioned. I think you're really going to like this recipe. We love it here. Happy fishing. There's a nice brookie. That is a nice brookie. I think he got it deep. He did. So that guy is going home. Yeah, so there's a nice 12-inch brookie that we're going to keep. Nice fat fish, but you can see he's bleeding pretty bad, so I'm going to empty my vest a little bit before I put him in it. So I'd like to save my beverages from getting fish splattered, as it were. Okay, so here we go, folks. So what we got here from today's fish, this unfortunate brook trout, he got gilled. So I've already cleaned and gutted the fish. So if you've never done this before, or if you're not sure on how to do it, you cut from the butt up all the way through the gill plate there, and then you just have to tear all this stuff out with your hands and make sure you cut away all the gills. And then trout have a dark line. You can see just the little remnant of it there, here. You want to get that out before you cook or prepare your trout. You don't necessarily have to do it if you're going to fillet the fish, but if you don't, while you're filleting, you run the risk of sticking that sack and getting the entrails all over your fish. But this guy is a nice 12-inch brookie, and he's going to go perfect in the recipe today. So we'll try to get him cut up here pretty quick. I didn't fillet him yesterday, but these bones being in here make it a little more difficult. And then what I always do with trout is you cut a ventral back, or just to kind of keep the pin bones from out of your immediate problem. And then this is always going to be easiest if you do this side while the fillet is already still there. If you take that side of the fish off and then you come back and try to do this, you're going to have some difficulty. As see, I am already chewed it up a bit, but that'll work. And then come through and get the ribs. And the trout fillet pretty easily. Once you get past the rib cage there, you go down with a little bit of friction against the backbone so you get real close. I always keep a little tab of the skin on. And then the trick to getting this skin off is you have to be pulling on the skin, and even if your knife is super sharp, if you're not pulling on that skin, it's not going to come off. And then there we get a nice brook trout fillet that I need to trim up. And I'll do the same on this side now. This is going to be a little bit trickier because the fish is half out of there already. Missed a few of the rib bones there, but I'll get them out afterwards. And again, if you go to the skin, flip her over, and then just a little bit of tension. these, I would have taken my time a little more if they had been, if I was going to prepare those fillets for like sauteing or deep frying or something, that I was worried about what they looked like. Yeah, so ordinarily, if I was going to prepare these for the pan, or for anybody to have presentation with them, I would have taken more care. But now I'm just going to go ahead, cut them, clean them up, take out any remaining bones, and then I'm going to chunk that trout up. If you feel along here, I mean, you can see things that have to go. And I just take little bits of the fish out. Those little bones I'm not going to worry about. Take out that pin right there. That bottom fat can. That all looks good. No bones in there. This, again, I just like to trim away. If you don't, these pin bones will, you'll notice them. Don't taste bad, but they're a little bit hard on the chewing. Okay, that's the good meat there. I'm just going to trim off that. Make sure I don't have any bones, and I don't. And that is how I would handle a trim up for this dish. And that's how I would handle a trim up for this dish. And now I am just going to chunk up the fish. And I like that size, about a 1/2 inch strip of fish for this dish. And this dish is kind of unique in that I'm going to cook the filling for the zucchini boat, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the recipe. We also have some of the zucchini squash that we had that's nice and marinated for grill planking, and that'll go with. And the rest of the meal is hot dogs. This is kind of a appetizer for people. So let me get a few more of my ingredients and I'll get back to the camp. Alright folks, so here we got the main ingredients. You can see this nice big zucchini squash that I've carved out to a boat. Got rid of the seeds in there, any of the soft stuff. And this is going to be the vessel for the filling. And the filling consists of, I've got a 1/2 orange pepper, about a cup of the, maybe 3/4 of a cup of the zucchini chunks, a shallot, 1 shallot, and then 1 clove of garlic. Now, the trout is not going to take near as long to cook as this ingredient combination. So what I'm going to do is heat a pan with some olive oil, and I'm going to start toasting the veggies a little bit, and then we'll do the trout at the very last minute. And what I'll do is mix in some mozzarella cheese with the entire setup, and keep it in the bowl. And I won't put it in here yet, because when you cook this, get your grill on hot and direct heat, and you oil this up a little bit with either cooking spray or olive oil. And what you want to do is cook this zucchini opening side down for about 4 minutes until it gets a nice grill mark. Then you're going to flip it. I'm going to put all of this back in the mixtures that I have here. I'll include the ingredient list complete in the comments. But really then it'll be another 4 or 5 minutes. All of this is cooked until the cheese melts, and this will be delicious. And as you eat this, you can cut and take additional pieces of this zucchini, and it's going to be fantastic. So we'll get some salt and pepper on the trout and the veggies, and we'll get to frying. So that oil is going to heat up, and you want to get that heat pretty good to start. and we're going to saute the veggies. And I'm going to let it get hot and then back it off a hair, because I did slice the garlic. Some people like minced garlic. In these types of dishes, I like to have the slices because they'll be tasty when they're eaten. So I'll have to watch this temperature because I don't want to burn the garlic, but I need to saute the other veggies. So we'll get you going when it's warm enough. And I am going to turn on the fan, so don't be alarmed. Pretty good on the heat there. In with the zucchini, pepper, shallot. Let that roast up a bit. It's a good time for salt. Need a lot here because there's going to be mozzarella cheese in it. Pepper. Add the fish here, and I like to salt and pepper the fish directly too. And we got this here, but I'll just clean it up. Mix that up. This will not take long to cook. Get it in. Going to let that trout cook through. You really don't have to have it cook through all the way, because the 4 minutes in the grill will get all of that cheese bubbly, and so the trout's going to be fully cooked no matter what you do here. Definitely want to get it so it's not red. Okay, so we're ready to get the trout out of here. So we want all of the shallots. So folks, here's the stuffing for the zucchini boat. You want to make sure that this gets cooled completely. Don't put the cheese in when that's steaming hot, or you're going to end up with a cheese ball of junk that you won't be able to use. So let it cool. And there's really not much more I can do with this dish, so I'm going to let the stuffing cool, and we'll come back when it's cook time and assembly time. Just to explain the process though, I'm going to grill this 4 minutes down until it has a nice grill mark and some cooking. Then I'm going to put the cheese and stuffing mixture into the boat and back in the grill for an additional 4 minutes until that cheese is melty. And I will put just maybe not even a quarter cup of cream in the zucchini boat after the stuffing and cheese is mixed together. So we'll see you then. Alright folks, so I wanted to give you an idea of what I've done here. And so this is the veggies and trout and cheese. And I had to go to the store, so I was able to pick up, this is actually the proper cheese that you want for any type of grilling. Mozzarella would have been fine, but this is even better. It's just a little bit more melty and makes for great tasting melted cheese. So in that regard, now I'll get going, and the grill is on. This zucchini boat, I'm gonna spray this with cooking spray, olive oil cooking spray, and we'll be 8 to 9 minutes away from assembly, and we'll get the rest of this from the grill. Got just some beautiful fall foliage going on these days. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Got some overarching cows sometimes that come around in here, but birds and all kinds of stuff. But now, as we get you closer to the action, this is what you came for. So here we have our nice and oiled up zucchini. And on she goes. It's gonna go 4 minutes. Alright, so my 4 minutes have elapsed. I'm gonna flip this zucchini over. That's perfect how that is. And now, spoon in the trout mixture. Oop, didn't want to do that necessarily. Keep it all on there. And you can see with this recipe, it looks, you know, almost perfect. Like, Ron, how did you get the right amount? Trust me, it doesn't matter. It's going to condense down quite a bit. So I'm going to pound it down a hair. Some of that stuff. And then I mentioned this. I'm going to put a small amount of cream, heavy whipping cream. And that's going to be enough. Couldn't even have been a tablespoon. And then I am going to top it with a little more cheese. And there you have it, folks. That's the real deal right there. So try to get you without getting direct heat from the grill, but that's it. 4 minutes and that will be done and toasty. The zucchini planks are taking a little more time than I would have expected, but they did marinate for a super long time. But take a look. Oh yeah, you can see that that boat has collapsed on itself. The cheese is all nice and melty. It's bubbling underneath and coming out. I think it needs another minute, but these hot dogs are done. Get them off. I don't want it to fall completely apart. I think it's pretty good. Cheese is bubbling. Not quite bubbling everywhere. You let it go another minute or two. Alright folks, so there's how the zucchini trout pepper bake turns out. You can see the zucchini's gotten nice and tender, and it's going to be delicious. So we'll get you some post tasting reactions today. So Jamie, tell us how you feel about the brook trout zucchini boat.
It's really.
Yeah. All right. You can see the fondita cheese just goes on and on forever. It's that type of cheese that's super melty and stringy. And we'll get Bama's reaction.
Noises.
All right, folks. I hope you enjoy the zucchini trout boat. You can use any type of trout, and really you can mix up whatever you want in there. We'll put the full ingredient list in the comment section below. But thanks for watching Wisconsin Trout Fishing, and happy fishing.